Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. My name is Joshua Dills and I'm in with Pilot Fitness, and today we're going to give you some tips and tricks on how to pack for a better trip when you're on the road. We all know that working for the airlines or having a profession where you're traveling a lot, being on the road is no fun. It kind of wears on you after a while, and after you get tired of the same old overnights and you start running into problems, wanting to be back home and missing the commodities of being at home, and the gym that you go to or the trail runs you go on and things like that, that you really feel like you're suffering when you go on the road. Our goal here at Pilot Fitness is to change that feeling. So when you go on the road, your mentality is looking at it in a new perspective, that this is a great opportunity for you to meet those fitness goals, and that there's no reason why that traveling should get in the way of that. And we're going to give you some tricks that I use myself in my bag and show you how I pack so I can stay fit and active while I'm gone at work. Generally, most of the bags we're going to use today, I have the Luggage Works. It's the Stealth Pilot bag. Probably one of the most widely used bags in the industry. It'll fit in any overhead bin that you use for regional jets to any size aircraft. It's a great bag and very sturdy, very strong. And so with that being said, that's the bag I'm using today. We're just going to assume that you have your general bits of clothes for about 3 or 4 days. Your toiletries bag, some undergarments, your work shirts, and we'll use that as your standard stuff. And then after that, I'll show you what I go on put in here in addition to that really makes things better. So remember, when you're going for a trip on the road, that you want to keep in mind that you're actually away from home and away from distractions that keep you from meeting those fitness goals. There's no errands to run, no bills to pay, no laundry to do, no house to clean, nothing, no kids, no dogs. It's your time, so make use of it. So if you get to an overnight and there's some things that the fitness gym isn't quite as good, the food's not that great, that's why we bring our own food, bring our own fitness gear, and we'll show you how to do it right now. So to start with, whenever I'm sitting all day, especially on longer flights, in the airport a lot, I get very stiff. I get lower back issues. I had sciatica for a while and it just was really painful. Staying flexible is key, and the foam roller is a great way to go. This one particularly is from tptherapy.com. It's very sturdy, very strong, and it's hollow, so it fits perfectly in your rollerboard bag, and the fact that it's hollow means you can put things in it. So instead of stuffing it with socks, what I like to do is actually put my fruit in there. Apples and oranges work great, and this keeps your fruit from exploding inside your bag under your work clothes, and on top of that, you don't have to waste the valuable space of your food cooler by filling it with fruit. That way you kind of pull these out day at a time as you need it, and the rest of it goes inside there and it all stays protected, fits right in your bag, doesn't get everywhere. Another thing that really helps with the flexibility and kind of working out those knots from sitting all day, these same companies, they also sell pretty high density massage balls, but they can be kind of expensive, so we use a lacrosse ball. It's better than a tennis ball. Very high density, very small, and you can kind of just put it up against the wall and use that to really dig into some spots. Really helps with lower back issues for those of you who suffer from. I would then, of course, we'll take our word for it, speak to a healthcare professional, a doctor, chiropractor, physical therapist, and they can steer you in the right direction, and some good uses for these. But it's definitely something I put in my bag and bring with me everywhere I go. The next thing that I do is use also this space for to put some food. You don't have to put everything in your food cooler, and especially for 4 days it doesn't work. So also take your bags of oatmeal. We talk about how to make our magic muesli in another video. Go ahead and check that out. But these can go in there, they can go anywhere, and you don't have to worry about them getting smashed. And also, there's also room even to put, I bring 3 of these with me, either almond milk, soy milk, vanilla, chocolate, whatever floats your boat. Pick the one that works for you, and this is what I also use to put with my oatmeal in the morning. So I have a great breakfast every day, not missing out on anything. And if you're a professional traveler that does not work for an airline and TSA is an issue, go ahead and leave these at home, because you won't get through screening, security screening with those. And instead, what I use are these products from Vega, these little protein packets. These are excellent to put in with the oatmeal, because they also come in vanilla, chocolate, multiple flavors, and you just add water. And that way you don't have to pack the liquids with you, and this will actually save weight on the bag. So that's another option to do, is to throw those in there. And also, I usually bring a couple of the protein bars. If you're on the road and working out a lot, these are great to help you recover. So take a couple of those. The Vega protein bars are really good. And the reason we advocate Vega products is because All their protein powders and their bars are all whole foods and plant-based, and you really can't beat that here in the health industry. So, high quality goods. The next thing I'll do is, while we're talking about the food here, and I'll get back to exercise equipment, is that I usually throw a can of soup in there, depending on the trip. 4 days, you never know what can happen. Sometimes I might eat a little bit more than I normally do, so, or you just want a break. So Amy's has some good plant-based soups that use very low sodium and oils. So these are really good. So I might just throw one of those in the bottom. Also, these tubes of polenta are great. They don't have to be refrigerated. They are healthy. They have quinoa options, and again, you just goes right there in the bottom. Some extra food sources in case you end up running out. The next thing that I'll do that goes into this main compartment is the resistance bands. These are great. You can get these systems that have 3 to 5 bands. They're excellent. They don't take up any space. You can adjust the different weights or the resistances and for different exercises, and they're very versatile. They just kind of go right around there, kind of stuff them in around to the perimeter. They don't take up any extra room, and they're perfect. So that way, any overnight that you get to, if it's missing a gym, there's just a treadmill, your knees are sore, you're not really into cardio stuff, and you want to get the more resistance thing, these are excellent. And this is the brand that we use. This is GoFit brand. Not really important on the brand, but the features that it has, so you guys can check this out on your own, is that it has these really cool ankle straps. So you can even do upper body and lower body. So you can get the full body workout, throwing those in there with you, as well as the handles for the upper body stuff. They have metal clips, which are very durable. Some of these don't, and you'll see that these are actually labeled with resistance weights, and the clips here are very durable and strong, so they won't snap on you while you're using them. And they also come with these door packets. These close inside the door, and then the other side the band's attached to, and it really makes these versatile with the amount of exercises you can do. And on top of that, I don't bring clothes to go out with me. Usually, we're working at the airport all day. I get to the hotel, so I only bring in just a simple pair of shorts and just one t-shirt. And that's it, just in case I have to go downstairs and grab some coffee or something like that. I brought all my food with me. I don't need to go out to dinner. I'm going to be working out and stretching and doing other things that are more important to me than partying. So that's that. So that saves the room of bringing all these shoes and nicer clothes to go out in. Leave that stuff at home. And then as far as if I do have to run downstairs or go out and do anything, I'll just bring a pair of flip-flops. They're super thin. They fit well in the side pockets, and again, very light, because your bag will start to kind of get weighed down putting in too much things in it. If you don't like flip-flops, Tom's shoes work great. They also fit right into the side. Very thin profile, the heels go down flat, and in case it's winter time and you want something a little more protection on your feet, those are great. And then the last thing I want to go over with you is the shoes. I see a lot of people bring in running shoes and these big, thick, padded things that take up, a third of your bag, and they go inside your bag, making your clothes smell. Not a good option. So what I've found is that the Vibram 5-finger shoes are great. They fit, very thin profile. They have lace-up versions and protection for the bottom of your feet. They're great for lifting weights. They're great to wear cardio stuff on the bike, on the elliptical, or just running. I do most of my running in these. Take some time to adjust. They're not for everyone, but I would recommend them, give them a shot. And also, nice with the lace-up versions is that I run with a foot-pod sensor that has GPS with my Garmin watch, so I can even keep track of my workouts while I'm on the road with this lace-up version. The laces, I'm able to clip this in there, and it's another great option. And these don't have to go inside my bag. They got a nice pocket here on the outside. They slip right in, and does not affect the bulk, and doesn't get my clothes smelly, and keeps everything separated. I absolutely love that feature. So that's pretty much the basics of how I pack. And so I have something to keep me flexible, I have stuff to keep me strong, and I have stuff to keep me running and keep my cardio up. When I leave to go on my trips, I'm not missing on anything. I got all my healthy food, fruits, vegetables, and it's all in there. And back in the olden days, about 5 years ago when I first started flying for the airlines, we carried our laptops. Those were bulky too. Ditch them. iPads are excellent if you need to keep in touch with your family, with FaceTime, or anything else, Skype. These are excellent to have. Very thin, take up zero room. Go right to that little computer pack. Pocket right there, nice and padded. And then you're probably looking and thinking, well, what do I work out in? That's the last thing. Again, kind of a minimalist approach here, but it works out really well because in the back pocket here is where I just put my swim trunks. So I just carry some shorts there. And the swimsuits are great to work out in because you're going to get sweaty, you're going to get wet anyway. Just wear your swimsuit, and then that way when you're done, rinse it off upstairs, hang it to dry, throw it back here the next morning, you're good to go. And it keeps things light, keeps things minimal, but keeps you covered for 4 days, again, until you get back. Our whole point here at Pilot Fitness is to help increase your quality of life on the road, give you some better options so that way you can meet those fitness goals and look for a better you. Thanks for joining us, and again, my name is Joshua Dills with Pilot Fitness. We'll see you.